All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another Droppin' Bomb with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. Today we're going to be playing, I know, Grixis Death Shadow again. We just played this not too long ago, but you know what? You're going to get a lot of Grixis Death Shadow content right now because, well, I think it's the best deck, and it's the deck I enjoy playing the most. So, I know there's a lot of y'all out there who like Grixis Death Shadow content. If you don't, sorry, it's not like we'll be playing this deck every single time or anything, but I do like to just splash this in whenever I think that y'all are not completely sick of Grixis Death Shadow content. That's about when, boom, you're going to get a little Grixis Death Shadow content. So, I'm going to kind of breeze through this intro because this is the exact same list that I played before. I just wanted to bring you a couple more fun matches here. So, once again, Grixis Death Shadow is a deck where you want to be taking your own life pretty aggressively with fetch lands, Thought Seizes, Steam Vents, Shock Lands. So we want to be dealing ourselves a ton of damage to get our Death Shadow down below 13 life. So once you're at 12, this is a 1/1. Scales bigger as we go up from there. So that is the goal, to get that into play. It is a Death Shadow deck, but we have plenty of other threats and threats that are arguably still better. Shadow hits a little harder than the other threats sometimes, so they all play their roles. So Death Shadow is one of our threats. Dragon Rage Channeler is another one. This is just absolutely incredible with Mishra's Bauble, being able to surveil cards to the graveyard, fill up your graveyard so you can get Crocs that escaped faster, fill stuff up so that you can bring Lurrus back. Kind of does it all, as well as attack for 3 as soon as turn 2 with the right kind of draw. Ragavan. If you haven't heard about the monkey by now, do you even magic, bro? Ragavan's just the best creature right now, by far. It's incredible. It does everything for you. You can dash it against decks that play a lot of prismatic endings, sorcery speed removal, and then you can just play it and completely take over the game if you can protect Ragavan. Now, we're in a modern metagame up until we get Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty that we are going to have Ragavan die a lot because it has a main focus on it right now. And we're going to see, the card be killed quite often. But we have Lurrus to bring it back. We have Kolaghan's to bring it back. And, well, we play 4 of them. So those are our threats on top of Kroxa. Having this form of inevitability. I talked in my last video how this deck... I talked a lot about Kroxa as the other threat that gives us this form of inevitability so that you always have something to do with your mana even late into the game. Only playing 2, did cut the 3rd one because we don't play against as many grinding matchups like Blue-White Control and stuff. They've kind of been pushed out of the metagame a bit. So only landing on 2 of those. As far as our removal spells go, we got 2 Fatal Push, 4 Unholy Heat. Hasn't changed there. Hand Disruption, we got 6 of those as well with Thoughtseize and Inquisition to take a peek. We got our 4 Drown in the lock, which is Terminate or Counterspell most of the time. Just a phenomenal card. As well as Expressive Iteration. 4 of those as well because late game, you draw this, you get a lot of cards. It ends up being absolutely incredible 99% of the time. The games where we lose are those games where it's like turn 3, you really need a land and you brick with it. And, that's just part of the card as well. You try to control your Expressive Iteration variants as much as you can by holding off as late as you can, because then it's impossible to miss, right? If you play this on turn 5 and you already have 4 lands, what are you hitting that you don't want to cast? Like 3 Drown in the locks, I guess? Like, maybe you can even kill something on that, so that's not always bad. So that's kind of the worst case scenario. And then Dress Down is that card that combos well with Death Shadow to make it into a 13/13 immediately and kind of one-shot our opponent, draw a card, kills constructs, stops Titan. I mean, this card just does everything. I've been hearing some talk around the jungle gym, we'll say, of people that are wanting to cut this card or put it into the sideboard. And I put 1 into the board. I had 3 into the main, so I kind of agree in a sense that it's not always needed, but you almost always want to see 1 in a game in most matchups, so I still like that. And then as far as the sideboard, hasn't really changed here. Spell Pierce for control matchups, Dress Down for constructs, Urza Saga, elementals, all that stuff. Torok for Money Pile, any of these Solitude decks. Fatal Push for aggro, Alpine Moon for Valakut or Urza Saga, Lurrus, just amazing. Terminate for Murktide, Kolaghan's Command for Control, Chalice of the Voids, or Hammer. EE for everything, like Rhinos, Hammer, sometimes against Shadow decks. It really comes in a lot. And then we have all this graveyard for Dredge, Living End, all that jazz. So, all right, I'm getting a little... All right, let's do it. So, first round, only going to play 2 today. So first round, we are on the draw. This has a lot of lands. We don't have that much action, but we do have baubles to manipulate the top of our deck with all these fetch lands. So we can ideally set up a very good hand for turn 2. I'm going to keep. This is definitely on the low end of the keeps, but I think it is still reasonable. This just really feels like a Lurrus hand. We're going to kind of crank our stuff out, maybe on Holy Heat on 1, have Bauble in our graveyard, hopefully do something on 2, buy Lurrus, and then just have a Lurrus plan from that point on. We'll see if that actually happens. So yeah, we're almost assuredly going on Holy Heat here. Okay, that was excellent. That does make us think about this a bit. I still think I want to save this to dash next turn. So, we're going to go get that Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt's the best land to get to start off. We are mostly a Rakdos deck. I'm going to Unholy Heat this. And we're going to do some bobbling. We're going to crack both of these, even though we have a play. We're going to just try to look at the top 2 cards of their library. So, 1 bubble, 2 bubbles. All right, we'll say go. Just in case they are a hand disruption deck. Maybe they're Abzan. Okay. Endurance. That is interesting. Makes me somewhat want to, like, leave a bauble on the table. Because if they do Endurance us, which they probably will next turn, we want to have bauble for Lurrus. So, yeah, I don't normally do this, but I'm not going to crack this bauble, especially because we're gaining no information. That Endurance information was enough to kind of stop us from doing what we're doing here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we had a game plan here, and it was going to be to dash Ragavan, but just in case they have a path or something, I don't think it's worth it to throw Ragavan out there. So we're going to start with the Thoughtseize and see what's up. Wow. So this second Thoughtseize is probably going to be pretty good. All right, let's go with blue-black. They just 2-for-1 themselves already. Already gave us double Thoughtseize. And now we get to take a peek. Let's see what they got. Okay, so now we can actually bobble them and really get that perfect information. Okay, so we know they're going to top deck a land. I don't want them to Endurance me. You know, so I still am going to take that. Jace we can beat. But they will be able to cast that on turn 4. So we'd love to draw another Thoughtseize or an Inquisition. But we know next turn they're going to do absolutely nothing. And we'll get to attack with Ragavan. Or by Lurrus. I think we want to attack with Ragavan. This Jace is going to just be good, though, so I'm a little worried. Maybe we should have taken... Damn, can't even cast that. Yeah, this does feel kind of bad, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we screwed up. I could just play another Ragavan. If I play Ragavan... This goes to the graveyard. And then next turn we're going to have 4 or 5 mana. Maybe 6. So we could potentially play Lurrus. Actually, yeah, that's great. That's great. Let's do this because this allows us to Lurrus next turn if we don't have to pay for the dash cost. Some very unorthodox plays already for this, but... If they bounce, it'd be incredibly foolish of them. Okay. Well, let's see what they put on top. Let's see if they thought it out correctly. We can just play and dash Croxa at this point, which seems pretty nice. Ice Fang Quattle. It's not bad as well. Lurrus isn't amazing right now. I think I will just get this free value while I got it. Okay. Let's go like this. I think just a basic here is fine. Really doesn't matter. We'll get Croxa down. Take that. We'll play a Channeler. And we'll say go. Now we just got a lot of threats. They can do the cute play of bouncing their Ice Fang Quattle. What we don't want to see is Supreme Verdict. I don't know if they have Supreme Verdict in their deck if they have like Noble Hierarchs though, you know? On thin ice. Okay. Think we might try to take down Jace now. Alright, we're going to start by Croxing to see if the coast is clear. We do just have the way to deal with it now, too. Let's try to keep delirium if we can. We have 5 types. So whenever I have 5 types, I just take all the lands, then we go down to 4 types. And then you trim in a way that doesn't take away delirium. So the Bobble. It's the only one that would still give us delirium. Now we see what's in their hand. Ice Fang. Okay. So now we know the coast is clear to kill this if we want. I kind of like Fatal pushing this and attacking these at our opponent's face. And then we can just Unholy Heat this. Yeah, let's do that. Bang. This deals the most amount of damage, leaves us empty-handed for the next threat, but, like, what's the threat we're worried about at this point, you know? The thing I'm worried about is, like, Supreme Verdict, and if Verdict is the case, we just bring this back anyways, and then they're basically dead. We can't get them to 3, which is kind of the magical number, but this is still fine. Not bad. Okay, now red, Unholy Heat, this. We take everything from you! Everything! Next game. Alright, so Bant control-ish with some creatures, so I think I like Torok. Dress Down doesn't seem very good. I don't want to over-sideboard here, because this seems like something that is a relatively good matchup. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might only sideboard like this. Kolaghan's Command is also pretty weak. I might only take out Kolaghan's Command and just leave it like this. It's still a combo card. Shuts down some things from them. It's not very good, but maybe Kolaghan's Command is just a better card. But they do have, like, On Thin Ice and shit. They also have, like, Teferi, so maybe Spell Pierce is a little bit better. Alright. Let's try something like this. Spell Pierce can just get them. Still leaving in a decent amount of removal and all the hand disruption. Hand Disruption especially is almost always still good, you know, against basically every deck. And we saw Noble Hierarchs, we saw Endurance, so the Fatal Pushes are still okay. And then the Unholy Heat still hit Planeswalkers too, so they're excellent. Not amazing, but I think it's keepable. Kind of like our last hand, the bottom end of the keeps. Anytime you have 4 lands, that's the bottom end of the keep. That's just not great. 5 lands, you always mulligan. That was a great draw. That was a great draw. So we'll go get our Blood Crypt. Play Channeler. Now that gives us the long game with this Bauble to just lure us at some point, even though we never did that last game. No thank you to land. Say go. Check it out during their draw step. Okay, that's a good one to know about. Did we take out all the dress stones? Yikes. So we just can't deal with this card. That's a little unfortunate. We have no EEs and no dress downs in. It's going to be a problem. That card's definitely beatable, but having dress down and EE is kind of the reason that it is beatable. And now we just have no play. Ugh. Oh, wait. Still going to draw step. Well, not much better. Yeah, brutal. Not unwinnable, but that will be tough. Okay. Yeah, putting a sword of any kind on Sanctifier and Vec. That's a way we lose, that's for sure. What is it, just Bant Stoneblade, I guess? Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay, well, we're going to hope that we can counter that sword with Drown. Alright, and we for sure want to be able to cast Death Shadow this turn, or next turn. So it's how much damage do we want to take? Let's start by Fatal Pushing this. Do not want more removal. Oh yeah, this just goes away as well. It's going to be near impossible to get Delirium. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. Jesus! Well. Guess we should have Unholy Heated to start, but what can you do? No thank you to land. Okay. Let's try to Thoughtseize away. Oh, we're in so much trouble. Away the sword. Maybe the On Thin Ice. Yeah, I gotta take the sword. Alright, now we're just gonna get the swamp, go to 9. Beat downs. Yeah, now they can just On Thin Ice Death Shadow, but not much we can do. We gotta try to win with this, I guess. We know they have a land in hand. They gave us that info. So we know we pretty much have to leave Drowned open for the rest of the game. So we're going to go like this. Play this tapped. Attack and say go. I don't think we can win this game for what it's worth. And we'll have to sideboard differently. Probably just the dress downs in. I think that'll be enough to deal with this stupid card. Doesn't go for the batter skull. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we'll move on to the next game. We can't win. Okay, dress down seem good. Spell Pierce seem a lot worse. They probably take out a lot of their planeswalkers. And honestly, Turok doesn't even seem that good. So we're just going to do that, bring in Dress Down. We could bring in EEs as well. But I think Dress Down is enough to deal with Sanctifiers, as well as just prioritizing hand disruption a little earlier. That's going to be kind of our MO here for this next game. Turn 1 Ragavan would be excellent, and then kind of protect it. I think that's the ideal start. If I just have Ragavan, even if it's like DRC Double Bobble or a Thoughtseize, I think I just play Ragavan in this matchup. Because I didn't see a lot of removal. They have more counter spells as their disruption. So Ragavan seems like a perfectly reasonable turn 1 play. All right. Ragavan. This is our first, like, good hand, though. Like, we have 3 lands, some good spells. We don't have a great 1-drop, which is the kind of the problem, but we'll still keep. This Death Shadow's on turn 2, I believe. Yeah. We can get a 1/1 Shadow down next turn if we want. Isolate. What does that even do? Cute. So they have 2 of the same card, essentially. Ways to deal with Death Shadow, which is quite good. Then Ice Fang Quaddle to draw some cards. And then Teferi. Oh, they have a great hand. I think I want to take the Quaddle. I can counter the Teferi, hopefully. We'll go from there. They have a great hand against ours, I will not lie. Okay, Babel. We will go get Watery Grave. We'll play this. It's gonna get destroyed. Then next turn is probably just... God, it's brutal because I want it to be Lurrus, but their Teferi is quite annoying. See what they're drawing. Okay, exiled. And now... Okay, we know that's what they drew, so we know their 5 cards are these. Still don't know, because we know their only good play is Teferi, which we have a counter spell for. But... our only good play is Lurrus, so we still just might have to do it. I kind of forgot we had a bobble trigger. Okay, well... now we can just play Death Shadow. Is Isolate a sorcery? Oh, it's an instant too? Jesus. So they can just kill this? Still think I want to Lurrus. This is a tough one. If we had Delirium, this would be easy by Lurrus, but since we're short an instant or a creature or something, it gets a little dicier. They don't really have an answer for Lurrus as it stands. You know, we're just going to keep drawing multiple cards a turn. It's going to be quite good. And if they just don't play Teferi next turn, that's what I'm afraid of. If they just go land go, they're like, no, I know you have a drown. That's no good. I don't know on this one. Alright, let's just play a Death Shadow. Say go. Hope they play into it, but if they don't, it'll be a nice play on their part. You want to make them click through as fast as possible, so they go for it. Yay! Let's get another Blood Crypt. Blue, black. Even though we only have 2 Death Shadows left. Alright, so that was this plus Misty. So we know they have 1 mystery card and then lands. So that worked out pretty decent for us. Alright, so now it's Lurrus time. And I don't even think I'm going to play this land untapped. And we'll just say go. See what you got. See what you drew. Anything but a counterspell for Lurrus, please. Well, that was good. Probably needed it. Anything but Veil? No, they put that tap, so they don't have that. Zabubble. Alright, give us one more free turn with this Lurrus, and I feel pretty good. Shit. Dang it. Okay, well, Lurrus is dead. I wish I had some spreading seas right about meow. That's all right. We just drew 6 power here in the last 2 turns, so deal with that. Your go. All right, no horizon. Don't care about that. Not even gonna kill that. Not bad. We'll say go. We'll save this for like endurance. That would be excellent to stop that. Or Quaddle. Not bad, not bad. All right, dress down. Do not want to land. Do not want to land. Okay. Can't even attack for 1. And now when this goes away, then we can Unholy Heat the Death Toucher. I don't think I want that. They're like, come on, this is not fair. All right, final match here of this video. Just a 2-matcher here for this one, since we've already seen a lot of Grixis Death Shadow content. I don't want to overload y'all, so once again, let me know what you think in the comments. All right, I will keep nothing amazing here up against another Lurrus deck. I'm going to do the bobble trick on myself for turn 1. Maybe I get a removal spell. But it could also be a Thoughtseize matchup where I don't want to... where I don't want to be bobbling myself on my turn. I'm still going to, because just in case they play Ragavan or something, I would like to have a removal spell. So let's take a peek. A DRC, honestly, I wouldn't have a play otherwise. So I think I will keep that. Now let's see what we're up against. Grixis Death Shadow Mirror. Okay, I don't want to draw a land, so I think I will take some damage here. I think I'm okay running this out into a removal spell. Yeah, because next turn I can go Iteration plus Death Shadow. And if they don't have a removal spell, great. Mirror match. Mirror match. Our opponent is smart as well. Damn it. Oh, maybe not. A mountain. Weird. All the signs besides the mountain lead to Death Shadow, but I would not search for the mountain. All right. Well, we're up against something else, I think. Or their mana base is some kind of budget list or something like that. So I go to 16. Now, once again, I don't want to draw a land. So let's go with blue, red. Let's go with blue, black. If this is some kind of burn deck, we're going to feel a little silly, but... I do have a choice between drowning or playing the Shadow of Death, but I think I would rather iterate. Okay, this will change things. So now we're going to want to Thoughtseize and take a second drowned. Then we'll play Shadow and protect it next turn, and we'll see what we're up against here. Okay, this does look like Grixis Death Shadow, just a weird version. So removal spells plus a DRC. Guess I don't want them to have DRC. Got a lightning bolt, so we got to be aware they have 5 points of burn in their hand, so we got to be careful of that. Weird for them not to play. Okay, this is just black-red, I guess. Now they're either going to go land go or just buy Luris unless they top deck something. Either of which I'm okay with. Den. Okay. Now I think I'm going to put this land into play tapped. Then they can bolt it, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to put it into play untapped. That's the last damage we're going to take to our lands, I think. Play the Shadow of Death, and then I'll say go. And I'm going to counter this Terminate. Countered. This is our clock. I want to keep it intact. We know that's their hand as of now. Red-black is a pretty interesting matchup. I played it at the NRG series last month, and, you know, it's just close. It's close. I think it's just a worse deck than Grixis Death Shadow, because the blue cards just give it that extra pop. But I still think it's a good deck. Making us discard and bringing back DRC is pretty good. Oh, that too. Okay. So they're gonna just kill Death Shadow. I'm fine with that. I think I'll get rid of Unholy Heat. Okay, no problem. And now... It's an interesting draw. Could make them discard their last card. Yeah, that just seems insane. And we're on a Croxa game plan now. It was Unholy Heat. Now if they go Lan and Den, I'll kill it. If they just buy Luris, I'll hopefully make them discard it. Okay, but with them saving a card, I don't want them to resolve Luris. So we might just do that. Getting this down is also just strong. Yeah, I just do not want them to get Luris and DRC me. That seems bad. So, iteration. Unholy Heat. Isababala. We know what we're going to do, so we're going to bobble them during our upkeep. Get some more info. Unholy Heat, not a great draw for them, especially since they don't even have Delirium. Their deck's a lot worse at Delirium, too, it seems. The heat is on. Okay. Yeah, I think just Death Shadow go. Probably should have held that land realistically, but that's okay. Now we either have the Drown to counter, or we'll Culligan's Command them. That sucks. All right, well. Culligan's Command. I'm going to return, doesn't really matter. I'm going to return Death Shadow and have them discard. And they're either going to discard Luris or their other card. I think this Unholy Heat is gone. Oh, now it is. And then I'm going to discard Death Shadow. And now we can Croxa away their last card. If we top deck a land, then they're really dead, but... Damn. Still good, but... They are going to be able to... Yeah, actually, okay. So if I dash this, then I won't have to discard my Drown. So we'll dash instead of playing it. Have them take 7. Don't want to play that. Red, black, black, red. Croxa. 5 types so we can get rid of all the land. Now we got to be careful. Sorcery. Yep. And for sure an instant. There we go. Get rid of Luris. Dash that back. And now we just got to beat their 1 Kroxa. We'll drown it and then they're dead. A well-navigated game, if I do say so myself. I love this deck, y'all. I love it. It's going to be a nice one for some of our graveyard hate. At least our spell bomb. Our dress downs are going to be bad. Not going to over sideboard here. All right, now take 19. We'll flex on them. Okay, so now Spellbomb. Kolaghan's Command's pretty good, actually. They just have a lot of... It's just an attrition battle. Fatal Push is excellent against him as well. I do not love Dress Down, and I do not love all of the Thoughtseizes. I kind of want one more card. I don't mind one EE, actually, to clean up some stuff. I don't love it. You know what? I think I'm going to bring in just a second Lantern. Normally, I only like 1 graveyard hate, but I think 4 hand disruption spells is plenty. Get rid of those and go to town. All right. On the draw. Another low end of the keeps, but I think this also is a keep. On the play, I would mulligan for sure. On the draw, we have a lot of draws at a land, and all we need is 1 land, and then iteration follows us home. We get to play DRC on 1, and if they don't kill it, we get to upkeep, kill something to find a land. So I'm going to keep. This hand's fine. Not amazing, but... And we just have 2 removal spells if they Ragavan us, which is nice. Speak of the Monkey Devil. Okay, that was not good. I don't think against the Rakdos version there's any reason for us to do it now, because they could dash Ragavan again, so we'll just do it during their attack phase. Land, 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 land. Otherwise, we got a lot of stuff to do for 1 mana. We'll be casting at least a spell a turn for a while. Void Walker. Shit. I think I am going to play DRC. It's not great, but at our upkeep, we can Fatal Push to try to find a land. Okay. That's okay. I'll take it. Helping out my shadow. Wow, okay. Scary. Well, you have no choice but to say go. This keep has not worked out. This has not worked out, y'all. I still stand by it, though. We had to draw pretty badly for it to not work. I mean, and one land and we're still on. And we're not dead yet. I will say we're not dead yet. But now it's getting kind of close. Because we still have to kill Ragavan. And now we have no answer for Voidwalker. And we still have, like, just drawing the 2 Thoughtseize was awful. So those are not what this game's going to come down to anymore. Like, now, even if they just buy Lurrus, that's also really bad for us. Now we need, like, a land, a removal spell, and a lantern. The lantern was a good start, I guess. Now even if they just go land, activate Den, we're in a lot of trouble. Our only hope is we play a huge shadow and they just are not prepared for it. There's Lurrus. See what they're drawing. Culligan's Command. Let's just play a big shadow and hope for the best. This is getting a little ridiculous. A little ridiculous. Sure. The problem is even this Voidwalker attacking twice and that Culligan's Command that we know they draw, that's also just lethal. So we even can't beat that. And we're not going to have time to attack. I'm going to need a removal spell here, I think. I guess we can draw a card here and maybe there's a removal spell. No, then this kills us. Yeah, we're dead. All right. That keep backfired. It was the low end of the keep. I will say that, but I still stand by it. I like our Culligan's Commands, I think. I don't think I want any changes except maybe less hand disruption. I'm going to go 1 less hand disruption and 1 dress down. It can still just give your Death Shadow double strike. You can still do the Croxa trick, even though that's not that great. It still does plenty. Okay, let's do this. Give us a good hand. Really reactive, but good. We really want them to be like playing Ragavans and stuff with this hand. We'll get our Blood Crypt. This hand's okay. I will downgrade it to an okay, not good, but... Creature, 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 down. Okay, land go. This might be a turn 3 Lurrus turn. Actually, it's very much shaping up to be a turn 3 Lurrus turn. Not Croxa? Okay, that's perfectly fine. Dead. I'm just going to get a tap land here. Alrighty. Not in love with it, but let's do it. Lurrus DRC next turn seems pretty solid. It's also really good. Still think it's Lurrus DRC though. Then they just have to kill 2 creatures. And if they Kolaghan's command us, we just get to discard Croxa and then Croxa them next turn, which would be sweet. This is a pretty solid chance to Kolaghan's command too, so we actually might get the free Croxa here. The old turn 4 Lurrus doesn't happen often, and it's not always that good. And it's not even that good in this situation, but still. Alright, here's the Kolaghan's command. Make us discard, make us discard, make us discard. Oh, they got back Ragavan? That makes sense. That's also okay, though, too, because we'll just Kolaghan's command that, bring back Lurrus kind of play. I don't really want to see removal plus dash Ragavan, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's even better. Not bad, not bad. Thank God. I did want that, though, you jerk. Okay. Dress down. Not very good. Still think it's probably just Croxa time. Gives him the old delirium, eh? Yeah, I'm a little frightened. I can do kind of a cute trick if they dash Ragavan here. Yeah, I'm gonna dress down actually, because it takes away haste. And then they'll have to return Ragavan eventually. I'm not even sure if it's at end step or the next end step. I'm going to Fatal Push, and I think I'm going to Fatal Push DRC still. I'm going to get a basic Swamp. If they Croxa me, this is a huge nightmare. I guess I should leave that just in case. Yeah, in case they Grixis, I should have this Fatal Push. It's not the Inquisition for the Ragavan. And then I can just Grixis. Alright, now I do think I want to kill this. I thought this should go back to their hand. It's next end step. It kind of sucks. Alright, so I guess that's okay. I will hit them with this. Hopefully I have a hit. Culligan's Command. Doesn't really matter if I hit now. It's kind of cute. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, now red, red, black, black. Yeah, now they get to just do that, which is pretty brutal. But not too much I can do right now. 5 types so we can get all the lands. Okay. Now we're going to get Grixis. Then we just got to draw something nice off the top, because otherwise we don't have anything to do. Guess I should have discarded Grixis then and played the land, but then I'd take 3 more damage from Grixis. I think we're going to lose. Unless we top deck something nice here. Unholy Heat, Drown. Something like that would be huge. Otherwise, like, we can't attack, and the person who holds back with Grixis usually loses. Fatal Push, Unholy Heat, Drown, Expressive Iteration, Death Shadow. All of those would be good draws. Everything else is pretty bad. Wow. I think we're going to lose, everyone. Big draw. Well, they have to block, otherwise we die. All right. GG. We lost. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. Not the ideal ending, only a 1-1. I mean, I'm just so used to when I make Death Shadow content, we win every round. But hey, sometimes that's not the way the cookie crumbles. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and leave any feedback that you have in the comments, okay? We'll see you for the next video.